Once upon a time, there lived a young couple named Nnamdi and Ezinne, who lived in a remote town called Afo. Nnamdi and Ezinne were two lovebirds that people admired so much. They've been sweethearts right from their younger age. They eventually got married and were so excited. 6 months after their wedding, Ezinne got pregnant, and Nnamdi was so excited and couldn't wait to be a father. Nnamdi took care of Ezinne's every need, saying she is pregnant and doesn't need stress. He did all the chores and made sure Ezinne and the baby was okay. Few months later, Ezinne fell into labor and gave birth. But Nnamdi was not happy anymore. He was angry, pained, and dissatisfied upon seeing the child. The baby had a rare kind of skin that made her have 2 different skin colors, and Nnamdi was not pleased to see this baby. He abandoned Ezinne and the baby at the hospital without paying the hospital bills. Ezinne was confused and stranded, and she wept like never before. Ezinne herself was confused as to how her child's skin color came out that way. She didn't know what to do, and she was really heartbroken to see her husband Nnamdi react this way. When Nnamdi left Ezinne at the hospital and got home, he couldn't help but wonder why the baby's skin looked like that. And then he said to himself, Ezinne has cheated on me, because I have never seen a baby's skin look the way that baby looked today at the hospital. How can my dear Ezinne do this to me? I thought she loved me. It took the intervention of his friends and neighbor, who pleaded with Nnamdi to please go back to the hospital and sort out the hospital bill just so Ezinne and the baby could be discharged. When Ezinne got home, Nnamdi told her to look for the father of that child, that she must have cheated on him with someone else and the baby possibly got that skin color from another man's gene, that in his family lineage, they have never had anybody with that kind of skin color. Ezinne pleaded and explained that she has never cheated on him and had no idea about why the baby's skin was like that. But Nnamdi wasn't listening to anything Ezinne was saying. He wasn't even interested in whatever Ezinne had to say. A few days later, Nnamdi's mother, who is Ezinne's mother-in-law, arrived upon hearing the news that her daughter-in-law has just put to bed. Ezinne was relieved to see her mother-in-law. She had hopes that her mother-in-law would speak to her son and things will get better. But to her dismay, when her mother-in-law held the baby in her arms, she shook her head in disapproval. She got angry after seeing the child and told her that she never wanted her son to marry her, but instead she wanted him to marry her friend's daughter Amaka, but Nnamdi refused to listen. Nnamdi's mother called Ezinne all sorts of names and also told her that she has a bad blood and was cursed, hence the baby's skin. Ezinne felt helpless. She had no one to talk to. She wept and hoped that things would get better and she would be vindicated soon. As Nnamdi's mother was about to leave, she advised her son not to chase Ezinne out of the house in order not to drag their family name in mud. But she told Nnamdi that, Nnamdi, you've brought shame upon our family. She spat her words cutting like knives. She told Nnamdi that she warned him not to marry Ezinne, but now see the outcome of the marriage. Nnamdi listened to his mother and allowed Ezinne to stay back, but he treated her with so much disdain. Despite his friends' attempts to reason with him, he couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal that gnawed at him. His heart remained so hardened towards Ezinne. Ezinne has a childhood friend called Awele, who stopped being close to her after her wedding to Nnamdi. Upon hearing the news of the child Ezinne had given birth to and how Nnamdi now treats Ezinne, she decided to visit her friend and comforted her and showed her love and support. Awele promised Ezinne to always check up on her from time to time. Ezinne was happy that at least she now has a friend she can talk to for support and encouragement, and thanked Awele for her kind gestures. Awele kept to her promise and assisted Ezinne with house chores, food and money because Nnamdi has completely abandoned Ezinne and her baby. A rumor was going in town that Nnamdi was having an affair with another woman, but nobody knew who the other woman was. Ezinne, upon hearing the news of her husband's affair, was heartbroken and confided in her friend Awele that she heard that her husband now has another woman outside. Awele told Ezinne not to worry, that she would find out who the woman was and make sure she beats her for stealing her dear friend's husband. Awele said, "Ezinne, my friend, don't worry, I got you. I will make sure I find whoever is dating your husband and I will beat that person." Ezinne couldn't help but thank Awele for her unwaveringly love and support. One day, Ezinne decided to look for a menial job to do as to support herself and baby, as she could no longer depend on Awele all the time. So she begged her neighbor to please look after her baby while she goes for the job. She found a job as a town cleaner who sweeps the streets and used that to support herself and her baby. Nnamdi came home one day and told Ezinne that he will soon be getting a second wife in 2 weeks' time that will give him healthy children. She told Ezinne to get ready to have a co-wife. Ezinne felt bad but kept quiet about everything. Rumors spread that Nnamdi will soon get a second wife, but still, no one knew who it was. Awele visited Ezinne and asked Ezinne who Nnamdi's new bride-to-be was, but Ezinne had no clue. And then she told her friend Ezinne not to worry. And then she lamented, "Ha! How can Nnamdi do this to you? You mean Nnamdi wants to take another wife after all the love and sacrifices you've showed Nnamdi? Don't worry, my friend. I am here for you. I will stand by you through thick and thin. New wife or no new wife, your friend is here for you." And Ezinne thanked her friend. In the midst of this turmoil, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of a letter. It was from Dr. Okafor, a renowned dermatologist who specialized in rare skin conditions. He heard about Ezinne's baby and offered to examine her free of charge. He asked Ezinne to come along with her husband. Ezinne pleaded with Nnamdi to please come along with her to the hospital so the doctor can check the baby's skin, but Nnamdi refused, saying today was his traditional marriage to his new bride. Ezinne pleaded until Nnamdi accepted and decided to spare a little of his time just for the hospital checkup. With determination and hope, Ezinne prayed for answers that will heal her fractured family. And as they sat in Dr. Okafor's office, listening to his diagnosis, they discovered the truth that would change everything. The baby suffered from a condition called vitiligo. It's a skin condition that causes areas of the skin to lose color or pigmentation. It was a random mutation with no connection to Ezinne's ancestry or any act of infidelity. With this revelation, Nnamdi's walls began to crumble. His heart softened by the realization of his wrongful accusations. And then he realized that he was supposed to be getting married to a second wife that same day. And then he quickly hurried to the venue and informed the bride-to-be that he is no longer interested in taking a second wife. It turned out that Awele, Ezinne's friend, was actually the bride Nnamdi was about to get married to. Awele pleaded with Nnamdi not to please call off the wedding, but he refused, saying he wants to make amends and reunite with his family. Awele went further to narrate how she has always had eyes for Nnamdi right from their youthful days, and saw the baby's skin condition as an opportunity to get into Nnamdi's life again. And that was how she entered into Ezinne's life and started acting nice just to get close to Nnamdi. So, Awele pleaded with Nnamdi to please continue with the wedding, that this is her dream man, that Nnamdi is her dream man. Nnamdi refused and left Awele in the midst of the crowd on their supposed traditional marriage day. A young lady who knows Ezinne very well overheard the conversation between Nnamdi and Awele and went to tell Ezinne that Awele is actually the bride that wanted to get married to Nnamdi. Ezinne was shattered because she never saw this coming, not Awele, her dear friend. Hope emerged as Nnamdi, faced with the consequences of his actions and the depth of Ezinne's suffering, sought redemption. Realizing the error of his accusations, Nnamdi knelt before Ezinne, humbled and contrite. He begged for her forgiveness, promising to make amends and rebuild what he had torn apart. With tears in her eyes and a heaviness in her heart, Ezinne found the strength to forgive, knowing that love, despite its trials, had the power to heal even the deepest of wounds. Nnamdi's mother also learnt about the whole truth and apologized to Ezinne for being ignorant and not giving her a listening ear like a mother would, and Ezinne forgave her mother-in-law. Awele, on the other hand, out of shame, left the village for the city and decided not to come back again for a very long time. Nnamdi became an amazing father to their dear child. Despite her skin condition, he loved their child effortlessly, beautifully, and made sure Ezinne and her child had whatever he could afford to get for them. In the end, love conquered all, bridging the divide between past hurts and future possibilities. And as the sun set over Afo, Nnamdi and Ezinne stood hand in hand, their bond stronger than ever, ready to face whatever challenges lays ahead. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope you learned about the skin condition called vitiligo. My name is Onyi Stories and Folktales, and please, if you haven't subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button. Support me, please support me. Click on the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and share my videos. God bless you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.